Morning, I'm Derek Tyre. I joined the Treasury Department in January on the Secretary's team, and now I'm performing the duties of Deputy Secretary. I was privileged last year to work for Speaker Johnson, so it's a special moment for me to be in the room with the Speaker, with the Secretary. These are two leaders fit for the time. These are the best possible people for these roles. And the first 6 months of the year that we spent working on the one big beautiful bill, getting that in place by July, and getting these important tax cuts for families was experience of a lifetime. Thank you to Senator Britt for being here and for your leadership on pro-growth and pro-family tax policy. We also want to mention the absence of Caroline Leavitt, the President's dynamic press secretary, who is traveling with the President, but we are in full partnership with the White House on Trump accounts. Successful implementation of Trump accounts is driven by close coordination between Treasury and the IRS. Even before these historic tax cuts were signed, we established working groups across Treasury and IRS to develop guidance and to work on implementation, systems upgrades, so these provisions would be effective as soon as possible in 2026. To guide that process and ensure a successful filing season next year, Secretary Bessent, in his capacity, he has many jobs, in his capacity as acting IRS commissioner, he called on SSA Administrator Frank Bisignano to assist. Frank is the first ever CEO of the Internal Revenue Service, and I've been fortunate to have the chance to work with him in recent months. His extensive experience leading large organizations, managing the upgrade and modernization of complex financial systems, these are an invaluable asset to the IRS and to the American taxpayer. With Secretary Bessent and Frank Bisignano at the helm, we truly have world-class leadership that our tax admin system has so desperately needed. Concurrent with major IRS upgrades and IT modernization, Treasury and IRS will deliver a successful filing season and Trump account rollout during 2026. So it's my honor to welcome Frank Bisignano, CEO of the IRS.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you for all you do, providing the leadership that you do across the organization. I'm delighted to be here today on this momentous occasion with the outstanding leadership that you've seen come before me. Speaker Johnson, Senator Britt, my good partner in the digital transformation of government, Joe Gebbia, who's an outstanding innovator and technologist, and taking what he did in startups and bringing it to the largest startup in the world, the U.S. government. And of course, I am so fortunate to have the opportunity to work with a friend and an outstanding leader and somebody who's transforming this government and driving results as never seen before, Treasury Secretary Bessent. Thank you to President Trump for allowing me the opportunity and trusting me to be the first CEO of the IRS. And with his leadership and Treasury Secretary Bessent's, we will be unparalleled in what we accomplish. It is an honor for me to lead this great organization, which is intrinsic to the functioning and success of our nation. Our teams are working to deliver Secretary of the Treasury and Acting Commissioner Bessent's vision for transforming IRS. As CEO, I am committed to ensuring the IRS sharpens its focus on three priorities. First, enhancing customer service. We will serve the American public in a manner they never were before. Improving collections. We fundamentally at the IRS is the largest revenue pool in the world, and we will perform better on that. And for the American public, safeguarding privacy. Related to our broader efforts to make the IRS work better and more efficiently for the American people, we're laser focused on implementing the one big, beautiful bill. There's no words that can be said better or I'm more proud to say. As part of that, I am delighted to be here today to talk about one of the most important provisions from this historic piece of legislation. Trump accounts. As you have heard from others, this is going to be one of the most impactful policy endeavors of this administration. And it is truly an honor to work at the direction of President Trump on this initiative. The best way for me to describe the goal of Trump accounts is to use the President's own words. This is a pro-family initiative that will help millions of Americans harness the strength of our economy to lift up the next generation and generations to follow. Trump accounts are going to unlock the American dream and President Trump's golden age economy for an entire generation. I am proud to say the IRS, in coordination with Treasury, has been hard at work developing the guidance needed to ensure that eligible families can take advantage of Trump accounts. Earlier this month, we issued a notice providing some initial information, and we are still drafting regulations that will give more detailed guidance to families soon. We also have been developing the greatest form in IRS history, 4547. Mark that down. The form people will need to use when they open a Trump account for an eligible child. A draft of that form is available on irs.gov. We're focused on making it as easy as possible for those who are eligible to open an account or contribute. The rollout of the official Trump account website today. Great job, Joe, in doing all you've done. With fulsome FAQs will help streamline this process. You will hear more about trumpaccounts.gov in just a few moments. Please expect additional information and guidance from the Treasury Department and IRS between now and January 5th, 2026, when Trump accounts officially launch. So once again, I want to thank Treasury leadership for the opportunity to be here today. As IRS CEO, I will remain committed to ensuring the success of Trump accounts, and I am grateful to be involved with such an important program for the benefit of working families throughout America. It's my pleasure now to turn it over to the fabulous Treasury Secretary and outstanding leader, Scott Bessent. Thank you.